Keith, I guess the hope for every international break is the players come back fit and healthy. Could we start with Anthony Malambo and his sad news and how he is personally after his injury?
Obviously very down, devastating for him. First and foremost, he's come to a new club, settled into a new country, a very young man that we have high hopes for. So to suffer an injury at that level is obviously really disappointing. I think the one thing he knows is he will get a lot of support here, time to heal obviously. He needs to go through that process naturally as a footballer. I think it's the worst part of being a footballer, not being able to do what you do and love on a day-to-day basis, seeing your mates go out and train and you're stuck inside. So Anthony's got a long road back to getting him back on the pitch, but he will get so much support from everybody, staff and players. And I think there's a really good template for him of Thiago from last season, of how well he integrated into the club, even though he was injured for much of last season.
And Aaron Hickey obviously came back early from Scotland duty. How's he looking?
Yeah, Aaron's been on the grass today. Picked up a knock obviously in that game, came back, missed the second Scottish game, but Aaron was back on the grass today.
Good news there then. During that international break, have you had a chance to sort of look back on the start of the season? What have you made from it? And also as a young manager, sort of how have you found those first Premier League games? Is it what you expected?
I think there's been so much made of the changes at the football club, and naturally you want to just plug things together, and we're forming a team essentially. So there's going to be aspects of that where we naturally always want to look at and improve. Equally, I think it's good to stand back, have discussions when you haven't got a game right around the corner with staff, with players that are still in the building, and just reflect on the good work that's been done and the transitional period, the nature of it, and what we've been trying to put in place. I think overall, I think we can be relatively happy with what we've produced, with a caveat of always looking to improve on a daily basis.
Obviously, strange situation. You already faced Nuno's team once already this season at Forest, and then you go to his West Ham side. What do you expect from them and the changes that he might have made to that team over the period that he's been in charge? Yeah,
you can see stamp, I think, pretty much straight away on the team in terms of certain aspects that I would have been familiar with, having looked at his Forest team in recent times. He's a very experienced coach, obviously, and gone into a football club where they've got some really talented players for sure, and we'll have to be very respectful of. And we've done our due diligence clearly on them. Looking forward to face them on Monday night.
Obviously, they've not made a great start to the season, and there's been some discontent there among the fans. Is there an opportunity, if you can start fast, that you can really get the momentum and behind your team on Monday night?
Yeah, it's certainly the hope. We'll approach the game in a way where we feel we can get a result. We approach every game looking to win, clearly. I think you've got to understand the environment you go into, the differences, the fan element, the individual ability, obviously the tactical approach of the opposition. All those things kind of, for me, a part of your game plan. It's not just purely the tactical element. I think you need to understand every angle of it, and I think we will do. We've introduced that to the players this morning, and we'll build that over the next few days going into the game.
An obvious weakness of West Ham has been crosses and corners, and it's obviously a strength for your side. And your background as set-piece coach, I'm sure, make people think, oh well, that's where Brentford can really hurt West Ham. Has that become more of a priority going into this game, or do you take the usual approach you would say to the opponent?
Probably the normal approach, but nuanced with specifics around what they are, what they do, naturally. I think that's probably just the ongoing process. But there's always that angle of how we try to approach games and how we can hurt them on specific set-piece routines, whatever it is. But obviously it's not entirely my bag these days.
Talking about stats, we've done a piece on the Sky Sports website this week about the unsung heroes so far this season, players who've maybe gone under the radar. Thiago makes the team, but so does Michael Kyod. I wondered if you could talk to us a little bit about his performances this season. Of course, the long throws catch the eye, but I think he's top for dribbles among defenders, passes into the box. I think he ranks third among defenders as well. So what do you like about his game?
A lot. I think his desire to be as good as he can be is up there with the best I've come across on a daily basis. A joy to be around, his personality. You factor in that he's come from a different country. He settled in really, really well last season, and I think this season he's just kicked on with his performances. I think he loves being here. I think the one thing I would say about Michael is he's a defender that likes to defend, and some of them don't these days. Is the brutal honesty of where the game went to, I think. And I think when you take real pride in what you do on an individual basis, whether you're up against the winger or how you tuck around and how you cover your centre back, he's constantly developing, constantly learning. And for me, the trajectory of his career will only go one way because of the attributes that he has as an individual. And equally, I think what's put in place here for him to enhance that.